It was a night like any other on the circus grounds. A place that was normally bursting with color, noise, and an overwhelming amount of activity had finally settled into silence. During the day, there was always something happening. Attractions sprang to life around every corner, music echoed through the air, and someone was always causing some sort of chaos. Though nobody here truly needed sleep anymore, nighttime had become something of a routine, a chance to retreat from the endless stimulation and spend a few quiet hours alone. Some still slept as naturally as they had in the real world. You lay awake in bed, staring blankly at the ceiling. You rolled onto one side, then the other, hoping you would eventually drift off if you just got comfortable enough. You pulled the blanket closer around yourself before kicking it away only moments later. You tossed and turned, but nothing came to you. Not an ounce of your body wanted to surrender or just make some kind of attempt to shut your body off for just a second. You lay in your bed wondering what it could possibly be that's keeping you awake. There was nothing to worry about now. Everything at the circus was put back to a peaceful state. Everyone here had the control to make this place as comfortable and homey as they could possibly make it, all with the power of their imaginations. You all had your closure. You've all figured out what happened to you out there. So what's the problem now? Finally, you give up on the idea of sleep, the hope that you'll take the time to charge your battery. You could feel a pit in your chest, a sensation of some kind of anxiety. But as far as you know, it's there for a reason you've yet discovered. It's a bother right now, if anything. You want it to fade away, but it doesn't. Pushing off the covers, you make yourself sit up and stand on your feet. You pad your way to the door and exit out into the hall, which was dimly lit with a light coming from an invisible source. It was just enough to keep you from tripping over your feet in the dark. As you walk down the corridor, your eyes wander to the doors of rooms inhabited by the other guests of the circus, their faces plastered on the front to specify whose room was whose. You happen to pass one or two doors with big red X's over their pictures, a signature of the abstracted. Finally, you make it out of the hall and onto a balcony, your feet hitting the pink glossy flooring. You make your way to the edge and look over the railing and down below onto the main floor. Towering stacks of colorful blocks rise toward the darkness above, their usually glossy, bright colors muted beneath the dim glow of scattered lights. Long shadows drape themselves across the giant structures, transforming simple toys into looming monuments. Massive, odd shapes sit in the random spots in the room, their surfaces catching the faint reflections of distant bulbs. You step away from the railing and walk the balcony ground, making your way to a set of spiral steps slippery enough to almost make you fall and send you to the bottom on your tail. But you make it safe and onto the main floor, an endless checkerboard tile surface that gleams beneath your feet, polished enough to mirror the lights overhead. Every step sends a soft click echoing across the cavernous room, bouncing between the plastic towers and disappearing into spaces you can't quite see. The silence is deafening, and you would think you'd be used to it by now. It's not complete silence. It's never complete, but it is uncomfortable. Transparent bubbles drift lazily through the darkness, catching flashes of colored lights as they float past. One passes close enough for you to see your reflection before it silently drifts away. Everything feels too large and too much, even in the dark, especially in the dark. The blocks are enormous, the room feels endless, even the ceiling seems impossibly high, fading to shadow where strings of multicolored lights snake through the darkness like distant stars. But where that light can't reach, where there's a darkness even the light can't distinguish, those shadows seem endless. You wander around, weaving past slides and pillars, going through doorways of stone castle walls. You hoped the quiet would calm your mind and help ease the pit of anxiety that was stuck in your sternum. But it could take ages. You could wander around this place forever, and by morning it wouldn't have changed a thing. Then you come upon a giant blanket and pillow fort, a sanctuary for an abstraction never put away. Jax. It's been a while since everything went down, since he's been in this condition. You stick your head inside just enough to see him without causing a disturbance. There he was, on top of a pile of pillows, his abstracted monstrous form calm into a dark puddle of mass, all hundreds of his glitching, hypnotizing eyes shut. He was peaceful, and you were jealous. You continued to wander, staring at the ground as you walk. The checkered floor never ceased to stop. It was like an illusion. But suddenly, a light breaks you out of that trance. A trance you didn't realize you were in. A bright, neon light began to fade the closer you got to some kind of unidentified source. You look up, and that's when you see it. Them, actually. A neon open sign burns steadily in the darkness. It's almost startling, not because it's bright, but because it's the first sign of life you've seen in what feels like hours. As you approach, the space slowly reveals itself. The bar sits alone beneath towering block-like walls, washed in the pink and violet light of the neon sign. Beyond the wide windows, an endless field of stars hangs in a beautiful galactic night sky. The colorful furniture is still there, but under the low lighting it feels less playful and more dreamlike, like props left behind after the performers have gone home. Behind the counter, Zooble is alone. They're facing away from the entrance, absent-mindedly drying a glass with a towel. The motions aren't hurried. They're steady. They're almost mechanical, something to pass the time rather than a task that needs to be done. Every so often they set the glass down, pick up another, and continue. The neon sign's lights reflects off the bottles behind them. The giant cocktail glass overhead casts faint colored highlights across the counter. Knowing that now you're in the presence of someone familiar, someone you can trust, it feels like you can finally breathe. Eventually, Zooble pauses from what they're doing and looks up at you, your figure standing a few feet in front of the counter. Maybe they did hear your feet shuffle against the floor as you wandered endlessly, or perhaps they could just sense it in the atmosphere that they weren't completely alone. The circus outside may be vast and empty, but here in the small pool of neon light, someone else is awake, filling the silence with the mundane ritual of cleaning glassware in the comfort of their own. Without words being shared, Zooble looks to you and nods her head, signaling for you to approach the counter. As you approach the counter and sit on one of the pillow-padded stools, she picks up another glass and wipes it with a towel. You watch as her mechanical, mismatched parts work together in perfect unison. As her large geometric head positions down to look at her hands, a robotic yellow clasp and a red four-fingered glove, parts of her face spin or jiggle. Her headpieces clink in their positions, one of them in an odd bottle with a bubbling liquid. Only their eyes glance up at you, but only for just a moment, before looking back down at their hands to pick up another glass and continue cleaning. You cross your arms on top of the bar counter, then lean over and place your chin on top of your folded forearms.
Well, you look rough. Doing all right?
Well, in that tone you sound real convincing.
Okay, so what's with you walking around the dark all by yourself for? Usually everyone would be turned into their rooms by now, rather to go to bed or to just mind themselves until morning. Are you trying to avoid answering my... Whatever, I wasn't really tired, and there's only so much I can think of to do at this hour. I was gonna go hang out with Gangle, but she's asleep. So I came down here. I ran to Kinger, shocker, as he was checking up on Jax in his tent, and we met up right here and had some drinks. Talked about nothing necessarily important, just chatter. I told him I was thinking about keeping the bar open for long hours of the night, and he said that might be a good idea. I don't sleep that much anyways, and who knows, maybe someone will be wandering around in the dark to talk to you.
Zooble says that last part teasingly and looks at the way you roll your eyes and smile, but despite this, they can still tell that something may be eating at you inside. That there's an uncertainty weighing you down, and they intend to make it aware to you that it's okay to speak your mind. They lean over the counter and move their red, plasticky gloved hand onto your arm. Your eyes shift to their obtuse face, and you can tell they're calm and understanding, even if the emotion was only in their eyes, in their brows.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. When you came and sat down, laid your head on the counter the way it is, I could already sense you didn't feel good. That you must be having a rough night. And to be fair, you're not good at hiding your face, so I think anyone could tell you were upset, but I just didn't want to push you at first. Tell me your feelings. I didn't think that would really help you right now, but to be honest, it might be a good time to.
Whatever you say at this counter stays at this counter. Anything you want to share? It can just stay between us.
Okay, and? So what if it's stupid? So what if it's not all that serious? Nighttime is the perfect time for those conversations. Those deep conversations that could mean so much or nothing at all. You could be more vulnerable and honest about yourself, about your troubles, about your passions. It's more freeing. And when it's just you and me in the darkness of this circus, it doesn't matter what you say or think and how it's going to affect everyone else. So, speak your truth. Oh, shut up. I can be poetic when I want to be.
Zooble leans up from the counter and places their hands on their hips, looking to you, amused. You sit up a little, now your elbow propped up on the counter and your head laying in your palm, your other arm still laying on the countertop.
Alright, well, if I'm playing bartender, I need to get you something to drink. And don't worry, I know what you like.
Zooble turns to the shelves behind them and grabs a random assortment of bottles, a glass cup, a shaker to make the drink, and gets to making you something they know will comfort you the moment you take a sip. As they concoct your drink, adding a bit of flair as they shake to make you laugh, they watch your expression as their movements brings a smile to your face once again, even for just a moment. Zooble releases the shaker's lid and pours the mixed liquor into a glass of ice cubes, filling it until the shaker is halfway full before sliding it effortlessly to your side of the counter. You wrap your fingers around the cool glass before taking it to your lips to sip. It felt good drinking that, the liquid being sweet with a kick of spice. It was cold and refreshing. Your body leans over the counter, feeling a little more relaxed in comparison to just seconds ago. As Zooble expected, drinking this made you feel a little better.
So, you got the drink to calm your nerves and the bartender to be your listening ear. You gonna tell me what's been on your mind lately, or do I need to learn how to read that too?
Zooble looks at you from across the bar, their eyes calm, but the furrow in their brow making it clear there's a sign of concern. They look down to your empty glass, your index finger circling the rim, the liquor-stained ice slowly melting. They top your glass off with whatever's left in the shaker.
That's the thing about anxiety. It kinda just shows up out of nowhere, like an unwanted guest. Even when you don't have any reason to let it in, it just walks in and makes a mess of the place. Your system. Even when you're feeling okay, when you're feeling yourself, it comes in and ruins everything. Even when you know that you are genuinely in a better place than you were before, something you thought would never happen to you, it slips in without an invite and makes you continue to worry about the worst. It makes you second guess everything you know, makes you distrust even the most innocent, harmless scenarios. You can't just be. You feel like you gotta worry about other people's shit sometimes, even when it's not any of your concern. If something happens to you, a small inconvenience, you start to spiral about the endless possibilities of what's gonna happen next. And from those possibilities comes even more possibilities. Anxiety tries to take control of us. It just shows up when we don't need it or want it, when there's no reason to invite it. I think the root of your anxiety is distrust in your environment, and I can't really blame you. A lot has changed here. People have changed and become better, but we can't help but still try to look for things that are wrong, so our anxiety feels validated. You have noticed the change. You have noticed that Kane has gotten so much better, that he's learning how to be a better version of the train wreck he was before. You can see it in his eyes and the way he carries himself now, that he's becoming better. You've all helped him and yourselves turn this place, this circus, into a home. And yet, you still feel like, well, what Zooble said, that something is still wrong and you just want to seek it out. But you know that it's probably just your anxiety getting to the best of you. You know everything isn't perfect here, but it's an improvement. And that's enough for you, right? You down the cold alcohol and push the glass away. Zooble sweeps it effortlessly into their red-gloved hand, dumps the ice out into the sink, then runs the glass under the water of the running faucet. When they turn the water off, their robotic yellow clasp grips a rag and begins to dry the cup. Your arms once again fold onto the countertop and you lean over, your head resting on your arms, your eyelids actually feeling a little heavy, and you could taste the alcohol's sweet burn on your tongue. You felt calmer, but not completely at peace. There was still that tough sensation in your throat, that lingering anxiety that was still stuck in your chest. Sure, it was calming down, but it was taking its time. Zooble looks to you, their expression softening. They set the glass and the rag down on the counter, lean over, and raise their plasticky gloved hand to your cheek, tilting your head up to look at them. Let me tell you something. You are safe. You are welcomed. You are free to be whoever you want to be and to do whatever it is you love to do. There's nothing holding us back anymore. No restrictions, as far as I'm aware of. We're free to make this loony bin of a world our home. For real this time. We don't have to pull out of some suggestion box to make things happen. We can just do it. And Kane is going to be there to help us, to guide us, to learn from us, to find out what makes us human. It just shows that he's gotten better, that he's growing, and he's learning. And as much as I don't really have much of a close relationship with him, I am proud of him. I'm proud of all of us. We've all gotten better. And there's only improvement from here. I don't want you to feel like you can't be anxious about anything ever. It's unrealistic. It's okay to worry about things. Even silly shit. You're a strong individual, and I know you'll be able to overcome even the most hardest days, but you have people to help guide you, to talk to you, to hold your hand, to help you through a problem you don't know how to solve. I'll always be here for you, and you'll never have to worry about that. Zooble runs their fingers over your cheek, and you rest your head against their palm. The pit of anxiety caught in your chest, that burning sensation stuck in your throat while still holding a spark, was mostly gone. You could finally feel relaxed and okay, knowing that, yeah, even when there are days where all you can do is worry about things that don't matter, you have people there that can reassure you that you're okay and safe, that nothing can hurt you. Gonna fall asleep on the counter? Wouldn't be the first time witnessing that. Come on, why don't we have a sleepover in Kinger's Fort tonight? You'll be dead to the world before we get back to your room anyway, so why even bother? Zooble walks around the counter and helps you to your feet, embracing you as you walk together into the darkness, away from the brightly lit area of the bar. Kinger, of course, welcomes you both into his fort once you get there. The three of you make yourselves comfortable, and for the first time in a very ridiculous amount of time here in the circus, you've never fallen asleep faster.